This is Furukawa, president of Nintendo. Why do they always make it sound like a parody account? This is Furukawa. This is Miyamoto. I always have to make sure that I'm actually reading a tweet from Nintendo. We will make an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch within this fiscal year. It will have been over 9 years since we announced the existence of Nintendo Switch back in March 2015. We will be holding a Nintendo Direct this June regarding the Nintendo Switch software lineup for the latter half of 2024, but please be aware that there will be no mention of the Nintendo Switch successor during that presentation. Well, it looks like the time has finally come for a successor to the record-breaking Nintendo Switch, a console that Nintendo has seen insane success with. Despite its painfully outdated hardware, it's made a fortune in the family-friendly market and has dedicated gamers in every demographic from young kids to senior citizens with a great library of games that will age very well. But honestly, most people including myself expected this announcement this year. And while it doesn't seem like we'll be hearing more about it just yet, the speculation is on to see what approach Nintendo takes with their next generation console. For me personally, they already have everything they need in the Switch in terms of concept. A handheld portable at-home console is not only genius, but it aligns with the philosophy in Nintendo, always trying to think outside the box and give us something more than the traditional home console experience. And it was a huge hit. It felt like a refined version of the ideas Nintendo had been crafting for years, all culminating in the Switch, and the sales numbers have reflected that dedication. The Wii saw great numbers as well with its introduction of motion controls across many of its biggest games, and while the Wii U was considered a financial failure by Nintendo standards, it was no doubt the foundation of what the Switch would become. And now, I think it's time for Nintendo to focus less on innovation, which they've already nailed, and focus more on modern hardware and performance, which has become more and more of a talking point as other companies surpass them in that regard. Now, I know this has never been a priority for Nintendo, and honestly, I've never been one to care that much in earlier generations. Graphics make a game look great, obviously, but there's more important factors that I look for in a game, like story, gameplay, controls, the art style. But sometimes it goes beyond just having 4K graphics that makes hardware performance important. And that's just the functionality of the console itself. Not everyone cares about graphics, but what's harder to overlook is constant frame dropping and Joy-Con drift. I'd love to just see some performance hardware upgrades, and fix the controllers so people can actually play the games. It's a simple solution, and this is one that the general public will appreciate as well. This isn't me being a sweaty, try-hard gamer wanting something so specific that general fans wouldn't even understand what I'm talking about. Anyone who plays the new console will appreciate their controller working, or the game not looking like a slideshow when playing it. So I don't think it's a crazy thing to ask Nintendo to focus on. I know these motherfuckers are getting tired of people mailing in their Joy-Cons to be fixed, so fix it in the next console. A more powerful, more reliable Switch with a fresh coat of paint, like customizable home screens maybe. And people would go absolutely insane! Of course, there's also a chance that the Nintendo executives were all sitting around a table and came to the conclusion that the only thing that could outsell the Switch would be something so new and innovative that it would be irresistible. And I wouldn't be surprised to once again see them pull something we've never seen before out of their ass, because that's what they do. But at this point, you could show me the most fantastic gimmick on Earth that no one would ever see coming at all, and I'd still like to see all of the hardware upgrades and reliability that I mentioned before. That's what would excite me, is seeing Nintendo acknowledging that good games are important, but enjoying those games optimally are just as important to a lot of people. And that change in focus is what would truly get me excited for the future of Nintendo. I know that's not the case for everyone and people are just excited for whatever's coming next, and that's great. But for me, seeing that shift in focus to create a fun, innovative, and great performing console with that signature library of Nintendo IPs would be a defining moment in their history. And I'm rooting for them to do so, because I think it will be best for everyone. I think Nintendo has created the identity of the wild and zany company that always innovates and wants to bring accessible gaming to as many people as possible. But at this point, Nintendo sells consoles because it has their name on the hunk of plastic. They can increase performance at the cost of increasing the price point, and people will still buy it. Dedicated gamers will appreciate spending more for better quality. Families will pay that extra fee to put that new console under the Christmas tree. I don't think Nintendo will lose out on a higher priced console, as long as it has the functionality that people expect in modern gaming, and it will further solidify their games as the best exclusive library of this generation. I'm excited, and hopeful, and it's gonna be a new journey to take as Nintendo fans. So, let me know what you want to see in the next console, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day, deuces! This is Miyamoto. After consulting with Chris-san, my partner at Illumination on the I'm sorry, but this just sounds like a fucking shitpost.